Most women in business, because they are high achievers, they get this wrong. They think if they follow their strategy, if they do what their coach tells them to do, if they use the perfect hook, if they use the trending audio, somehow they're going to make all this money. And what happens is we become overly reliant on being consistent. So for a lot of people, they'll just start forcing, they'll start checking the boxes. They'll just start putting one foot in front of the other, but they'll wonder, why am I not getting any visibility? Why am I getting angry? Why is it that I want to burn it down? Why isn't this working? I don't have a mindset issue. I literally am doing all the things that I'm supposed to do to grow this business. Why does it feel so hard? And then to try to alleviate some of that stress, they'll start relying on things outside of themselves. So they'll start going to ChatGPT. They'll start organizing their content because it sounds more professional. They don't have to use this as much because they're getting really frustrated. They're overwhelmed. And so what happens is they slowly start just abandoning themselves. Every time they put out a piece of content that doesn't sound like them, but they're like, oh, I don't know, it's better than nothing. At least I'm being consistent. Every single time that they launch something or they put a certain story sequence to sell and it doesn't sell, they're like, but I did it. My coach told me to do it like this. Anytime they go and post, they post consistently, even though this doesn't feel like it wants to be on. They don't feel like they have anything to say, but they're like, shit, if I don't say anything, the algorithm is going to forget about me. I'm never going to make the money in my business. I'm never going to be able to grow this thing. All of this is fucking up your sales. All of this is affecting your visibility. You're not magnetic. People can't feel you. You're forcing things, thinking that the harder you force long enough that somehow you're going to be successful, when really you're just burying yourself. You're just burying yourself because there's going to come a point where you're going to be like, I don't want to fucking do this anymore. And I don't want to see you get there. That breaks my heart because I firmly believe that you have this idea for a reason. You have the offers you have for a reason, the type of people you want to help for a reason, the experience you've had for a reason, because you're meant to bring this into the collective. But you have to do it utilizing your human design, the way that you're meant to market, the way that you're meant to sell, the way that you're meant to put together your offers, the way that you're meant to price. All of this has to do with your human design. When you're ready to learn how to utilize that human design, how to apply it to your business, how to make an additional $10,000 per month, that's when you schedule a clarity call with me. I will show you in 1 hour all the areas that you're frustrated by, the 2 to 3 areas that you cannot stand, that you want to see improvement. I will show you why the things are working the way that they're working to make even more money, how to become even more visible without all the forcing, without all the work, so that you can actually get your spark back again, so you can love your business, because this is the whole point. If you want to schedule a call, the link is in my bio. It's called a D-Should call. Most of us show up in business thinking we should do things a certain way, but human design shows you specifically how you're supposed to do things. Once we're on that call, I can show you within 1 hour.